I'm Jessie Masoliva. I'm from Nabindam, but I live in Mombasa. I like listening to Gold FM.
Only the classic hits.
Hi, I'm Sadie Sakio from Kashmir Lotoka. I like listening to Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
My name is Sakata Losana. I'm from Butua and I love listening to Gold FM.
Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
Yandravinaka, Fiji, in this bulletin, suspended SDLP faction talks of a breakaway party. USP council member speaks out. And $40 million worth of marijuana seized using drones.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
A faction of the suspended Social Democratic Liberal Party is believed to be in talks to form a breakaway party. FBC News understands this group is made up of most members of suspended SDLP who are not pleased with new appointments made by the management board. The division led to a public display of tensions over the weekend as Sitiveni Rumbuka boycotted the management board meeting because 3 representatives of the suspended SDLP caucus were not allowed into the meeting. Rumbuka has confirmed to FBC News that certain elements within this faction have spoken about forming a party.
There are thoughts about that, but the logical thing is for us to cross that bridge when we get to it.
The man who has raised allegations against the Vice-Chancellor of the University of the South Pacific, Professor Paul Ahluwalia, has finally spoken out about the saga at USP. Mahmood Khan, who is also the chair of USP's Audit and Risk Committee, says he has nothing against Professor Ahluwalia and only wants the allegations to be investigated in the spirit of good governance. Edwin Nund reports.
Mahmood Khan has been subjected to public criticism after his calls for Professor Ahluwalia to be investigated, but he is not backing down.
I urge them to look at independently and look at what are mentioned in the allegations that I've made and any other reports that have been made on the present management.
Khan has spoken out after weeks of silence, saying his actions are based on the terms of reference under which he was appointed as the head of the Audit and Risk Committee.
I would have been failing in my duty if I did not actually refer those matters to people that could take action.
A report with 33 allegations against Ahluwalia was compiled by Khan and forwarded to the USP Council, resulting in the Vice-Chancellor's temporary suspension. Although Professor Ahluwalia has been reinstated, Khan says the allegations still need to be addressed.
Please have them independently, I stress independently investigated so that there's no bias, and then the result will come out and the council, which is the right body, shall make a decision, and I'll stand by it.
Khan stresses there's no personal vendetta and that his report has nothing to do with a separate BDO investigation report on the previous management of USP. Edwin Nund, FBC News.
The legal profession and the judicial system is facing challenging times in responding to the COVID-19 pandemic, trying to balance the health and safety of the community and continue its essential service. Acting Chief Justice Kamal Kumar says court closures, reduced operations and delays in proceedings have resulted in backlogs of cases. Kumar says the disruptions linked to the COVID-19 pandemic have to some extent impacted the judicial system. He adds even in the midst of a public health crisis, courts must be able to fulfill their essential activities and provide justice.
If we don't do cases, then obviously there's backlog and the staff would not come to court because of the lockdowns. They could not travel out where they're staying and they could not enter the lockdown areas. They were outside of it. And then obviously we're trying to level best to make sure that cases are disposed of efficiently and expeditiously.
Courts now rely on electronic means of communication for hearings via Skype, which does not require inmates to be taken to court for their cases. Police seized over 14,000 marijuana plants estimated to be worth more than $40 million in the past week. Police used drones during the operations, drastically reducing the time used on farms being discovered. Drug operations previously would have taken days of searching and trekking. Commissioner of Police Brigadier General Sithiven Ngilio says more drones will be procured for the ongoing war on drugs as it saves them money in deploying officers for a longer period. The expansion of the Nausori Airport runway has now reached the halfway mark. Nausori Airport manager Vincent Kumar says the project is on track and likely to be complete early next year. Kumar says the $45 million runway upgrade is designed to enable more international flights to land in Nausori. The runway length will be extended from 1,670 metres to 2,140 metres and widened from 30 metres to 45 metres.
So far, we are halfway across the project. It was expected to complete at the end of this year, but it might take a bit longer due to the weather difficulties we are facing. But so far, we are very much on track. At the completion of the project, you will see a longer, wider runway that will encourage the aircraft to fly at full capacity, which ultimately will bring about benefits to the community.
Government's plans to initiate a bulla bubble in the region has come as good news for Fiji Ships and Heavy Industries Limited. Operations manager Lopeti Randravu says they are now in talks with embassies of regional countries to try and bring in new business. Randravu says the closure of Fiji's borders in March meant that new business could not come in for the last 3 months, which forced them to do other heavy works. Randravu says they are working around the clock to be ready to provide the service after months of lockdown. Fiji Ships has refitted only 16 vessels so far this year, compared to 21 during the same period last year.
But due to the care bubble that the government have initiated, now we are working with the embassies around in the Pacific region for the COVID-free regional alliance, so that we can be able for us to come in agreement the way forward for us, we can be able to build our economy together.
With the economic effects of coronavirus gripping most sectors, the Angara Pastoral Company Limited has not been spared. Permanent Secretary for Agriculture Ritesh Das says the company is lucky in that the impact has not been substantial and operations continue as normal. Das says despite challenges posed by COVID-19, the Angara Pastoral Company has retained all its staff. He adds the company has been making a marginal profit.
We haven't had the impact to the extent that it will start to actually affect our operations. So we're still continuing our operations as normal. We currently have all the people who are engaged with us still employed, so the operations are at full throttle.
Due to the impact of the deadly virus on the tourism sector, a portion of the company's sales has been affected. The company is now working to increase production and profitability. And cricketers adapt to new normal.
मेरा नाम शिबू है मैं टावर टाउन में रहता हूँ and I love listening to Mirchi FM it's hot.
My name is Karthik Abdestan Auraba में Mirchi FM it's hot.
नमस्कार मैं अलीम हूँ लंबासा से मैं हमेशा मिर्ची FM सुनता हूँ मिर्ची FM is hot in लंबासा.
Mirchi FM it's hot.
Cricketers will have to get used to the new COVID-19 provisions implemented by Cricket Fiji. These new rules include the ban on the use of saliva or sweat to shine the ball, and cricketers are required to stay 1.5 metres away from each other. Cricket Fiji President Alex Kondrote says the rules were implemented for the first time in the T10 bash and was welcomed by the teams.
There's no celebrating wickets, so if you take a wicket, we've discouraged everyone from getting into the middle of the field and high-fiving, and just to keep the game going, we'll just ask them to please no physical contact in celebration, stay where you are, air high-fives, blow kiss each other, whatever.
Fiji Swimming plans to hold competitions in Suva, Nadi and Lautoka. This is part of the association's plans to resume competition and at the same time following return-to-play protocols. President Ben Rova says competitions usually features more than 200 swimmers, excluding spectators and officials. Rova says holding separate competitions is an option that will also address the 100 people social gathering rule.
We're also looking at the option where we run competitions in Suva and in the West separately for the time being, just to start off with.
Taking a quick look at the weather for today, expect cloudy periods with some showers and isolated thunderstorms over the eastern and interior of the larger islands, Yasawa, Kandavu, Taviuni, Lau and Lomaiviti group. Now, isolated heavy falls are possible. Elsewhere, cloudy periods with isolated afternoon or evening showers and possible thunderstorms. Best you keep your umbrellas close today while out and about. And that is your FBC Morning News. Join us at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. Remember, in times of crisis, you need factual news that you can trust. Stop believing fake news about the COVID-19 on social media. Fight misinformation by getting only the facts about the coronavirus from verified news sources like FBC's TV, radio and digital media news. www.fbcnews.com.fj. Keeping Fijians connected with the truth.
My name is Penloke. I'm from Sekanga. I always listen to Today FM because Today FM rocks.
My name is Koli. I like to listen to Today FM. Today FM is rock.
My name is Miriama and I'm from Ba and I love listening to Today FM.